Right, hello everybody and welcome to Matt Fry Golf. So I'm here with another video from one of my clients down at Trafford Golf Centre, and this is Paul O'Neill, someone who actually watches the channel and comes to me for lessons. So what we're going to talk about today in this video is what was happening in Paul's backswing and then what that caused to happen in his transition and through down into impact. Now we can see here we've got the starting point of where Paul came in. This is his second lesson with me, so first one we looked at some basic stuff, ball position and grip and a few other things, but now we're getting stuck into the meat of it. And what we see here from Paul is as he starts to take this club away, what we're going to notice now as he moves it to the point where the club's first parallel to the ground, it's in a great position here, face is nice and neutral, and then from there what tends to happen, Paul tends to pick it up a little bit. So as we get up to the top of his backswing, what we notice is now that he's actually swung the club across the line here and his right elbow's come away from his body, and also the face is quite open. So if I just put some little highlighters on this for you there, this right elbow, like I say, away from the body, and the face has got quite a bit open there. So from here now what we tended to see with Paul as he goes through into his transition and then down into his downswing, what he was tending to do was use more of his hands, and as we can see the right elbow's starting to gather in a little bit, but the hands were coming out towards the ball. And what this caused to happen was this shaft got really upright. So as he was then coming down towards the golf ball, the club was starting to get out in front of his hands, and as we can see the toes now down at impact and the hands are quite raised, so he's got into quite the right position from where he was at the start. So with his ball flight he was getting some missed strikes out of the toe, he was dragging some left, he'd hit some really out to the right because he wasn't able to put in a functional release, because he was trying to get that club manipulated all the time because it was being delivered so upright. And that was due to the fact that this right elbow, from the position where he's the club's parallel to the ground here, he was just picking it up with his arms and not actually using any rotation. So what we did with Paul, we gave him a drill where he has a head cover under his trail elbow, under his right elbow, right armpit, sorry, as a right-handed golfer. And what the idea of us was, here we can see again, great position, love this, he's actually gaining a little bit more width here on the way back. And what we were trying to do is get to a position now where we can see, number one, it almost appears that the golf club isn't travelling as far, but what we can see is this right elbow is a lot closer to the body, it's tighter in, doesn't help he's wearing all black, but what we can see here is it's tighter in, and this again affects his face position. So now the face angles are totally different, so we've got something here that is actually fractionally closed, if anything. So from here now he's not going to have to make as much manipulation on the way down. So what we notice as he starts his downswing, great here, so he starts to gather, and what we're going to see here is the shaft now is so much shallower from where we were in the old one. As we get to where the hands are at a similar point here, we can start to see now face is nice and laid back, it's still in a good position, the shaft is shallower here as opposed to the old one, hands getting out in front of the body already, and the shaft starting to stand up. So as Paul started to deliver the club here now, we can see at this point it's still slightly behind the hands, which is great, and then he started to come through and delivering it far better. So we can see the club's approaching the ball more towards the centre, the hands are now lower, they aren't as tilted up and more upright as he comes into impact. It was one of his better strikes, but what we see here just a little bit, and something that we're going to work on in future lessons, is he's flipping the face a little bit, but not too much. But that was a trait of obviously holding it wide open in the past, because he was coming from the out to in and trying to get the ball to curve back towards the target as it was starting down left. So good drill if you are someone who feels you're getting across the line, and also then this is causing you to throw it quite steep and over the top from there. Head cover under your trail armpit, and then from there swing up to the top, it'll feel 3/4, and what you want to see is now that the club feels a little bit more laid off, so then as you come down into your transition we can start to shallow the club out a little bit more and start to deliver it not as far from the outside. So really impressed with how Paul went on today, and I'm looking forward to our next lesson, get him feeling that he's attacking it a little bit more from the inside. If you are interested in coming down to see me at Trafford Golf Centre, there is information in the link below. As always, do follow me on my social media platforms, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon with more videos.